Let's talk about Tony Hawk. More specifically, a new game. Not a remaster. A Tony Hawk's Underground remaster would be amazing and I would play it, but it's not really what I want. And what a lot of other people don't really want. I know there's a lot of people saying to make a remaster of Underground, but I really just want a new game. We've already had remaster after remaster. I think it's time to have an original game. I introduced to you Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 6. Of course, better than Pro Skater 5. I mean, it's gotta be. You got this base for 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Why not use that, expand upon it, and make a new game? In my opinion, this is the best outcome to come out of this freaking series because you've had these remasters. They're successful enough. Just make a new game that's original. And of course, you don't really have to reinvent the whole wheel. Maybe even just make another 2-minute timer game with new maps and everything. I mean, like, however you put it, people really love this 2-minute timer. Pro Skater 1, 2, and 3. Amazing. The classic modes for Underground 2 and American Wasteland. People love those. So maybe put this effort from these past couple games into a new project. Of course, it's Activision. You never know what's really going to happen. In my opinion, this is the best outcome. Now, I have a lot of ideas that I think could happen, and in my opinion, should happen. I've talked to a lot of people in my stream, in the 10K Rising Discord server, about all of this because really, this is what a lot of people want. I've talked to a lot of people, and a lot of them really consider this idea because a newer game is much more exciting than a remaster. So the first thing I think is the most obvious. We need new maps, not just remasters. We need new maps, maybe like at least 10, you know? A lot of these games have like 9 or 10 maps, so 10 new maps would be amazing. And there's a lot of cool areas you could make maps out of. If you're trying to make like real life maps, Seattle, there's some crazy spots in all these different districts that are amazing. So a Seattle map would go hard, a Portland map would go hard. Dude, a Tokyo map. Not just the skate park level that we had, but a real map inside the actual city of Tokyo, where in the skybox you can see Mount Fuji at some point, and all these different things. I think real life parks could be really, really cool, including that St. Louis church park. I know it got burnt down, but take what was that park. What was like Skate Laborious, I think what it was called, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that park, dude, there's so many cool real life spots you could make. Even different maps inside of Florida. Because we have Tampa, but a full Miami level would go really hard as well. And of course you can also make fictional skate parks like the original games would do. It doesn't always have to be reimagined versions of real life parks or anything. It can also be fictional parks just like in the original games. But now let's get into the real nitty-gritty of everything. What kind of career mode are we gonna have? Is it gonna be the 2-minute timer like the original games? Or are we gonna have a story mode type of game like Underground, Underground 2, American Wasteland? Both would go really hard, but especially if you do this. If you have a story mode game, also include a classic mode. This is what Underground 2, American Wasteland did, even Project 8 for the PSP. This is by far the best outcome for everything. Because if you were to remaster a game like Underground, dude, the story would be so watered down. The dialogue, dude, go back and replay those games. The dialogue would not fly today. So they would water everything down. Eric Sparrow probably wouldn't say a lot of the things that he would say. So he wouldn't even really feel like a villain. So that's one of the reasons why I don't want an Underground remaster, because he just wouldn't really write it all too well. They would water down everything. The maps would be beautiful, it would play great, but the story would feel like a spit into the face. Yeah, a classic mode would be great, but if you want, you can just have the 2-minute timer game. That would be fine. But here's what we need. Not just the same physics, not just the same mechanics, expand upon that. There's so many ideas to have with this. The older games, you can take a lot of the ideas from that and just use those in this new game to make it feel like we're expanding upon 3 and 4. Dude, walking would be huge. There's so many cool things with walking. I mean, climbing to higher places easier, getting upstairs. There's so many different things with the map that can be changed when it comes to making a new map just because of this. Not only that, adding other things like maybe spacewalk so that I can earn speed if I lose all my speed. It's a great way to earn speed. Wall pushing is great. Not a spin. There's so many things to be added to this game. But of course, it's Activision. We just gotta nail it into their heads that a new game is very much wanted. I mean, of course, we're just probably going to only get a remaster of Thug 2 maybe. I doubt it. No, we're not getting a Thug 2 remaster. I don't see that happening. If we get enough word of mouth that we want something like this, it might happen, you know? You never know, okay? But like new tricks, dude, there's so many tricks that were left out of 3 and 4 that were in those original 2 games that I wish were there. Even something like McTwist never made it. You gotta add McTwist. That's a classic. Semi-flip, Casper handstand. Dude, there's all of these different tricks. Coffin grind. Oh man, I'm gonna stop there because, dude, if I keep on going down the list of tricks, I'm gonna be so depressed that 3 and 4 doesn't have these. But even the animations, bro, there's so many animations that could be fixed. The nollie laser flip. What is that? That's not even a working animation. The Misty flip is weird. There's so many bugs in 3 and 4 where if you were to make a new game, I would love for them to be fixed. Maybe, like, especially when you're doing like a 360 flip and then you do another input and it's just another 360 flip. It has the duration of that trick, but no animation. Maybe fix your game a little. But of course, classic mode. Classic mode would not be classic mode if you didn't remaster older maps. Most importantly, maps that have not been remade already. Thug 1, Thug 2, and American Wasteland. There's maps in these games that should be remade. When I say that Thug 1, 2, and American Wasteland maps should be remade for this new game, if there's even gonna be one, I hope, okay? You gotta remaster these maps. 5 to 8 maps from these older games that have not had any remasters of these maps. Bro, come on. Even maps that, oh man, 2 maps that you have not touched in 3 and 4 that should have been in this game. Chicago and Carnival. These maps are not even in the game. They're in the original Pro Skater 4. They should have been in this game, but they're not. So add them into this new game so that you can somewhat make up for this. It'll still be a spit into the face, but like that's at least something you could do for these maps. I don't know. That's my idea for it anyways. I would love to see like a Tampa remaster, Hollywood remaster, even some maps from like Underground 2 Remix. Dude, Kyoto is such a good map, man. Same with Santa Cruz, all these different maps, Atlanta. If I was in control of this, I would for sure make sure this game would be a new game with all these different maps that are new, but well tested by like the people inside of the community. Dude, people that play your games know best. Developers are smart. They know how to make a game. But if you want to really understand how to make the game well, hire people inside of the community. We know how to make a good game. Dude, a lot of people at 10K Rising that make Rethought. I know maybe a lot of them wouldn't want to because they probably wouldn't want to work with Activision, but like all these people, dude, custom mappers, people that make their own maps for these games, know what they're doing. That's why, in my opinion, you should hire people inside of the community. We've got a lot of cool custom maps, like completely original maps. Think of us, okay? This is most likely not happening. Pro Skater 6, not happening. Underground 3, not happening. Project 8, too. Not happening, but you know, it would be cool to see something that is completely new. Even just name it a completely new game. Even something random, make it a random name. Tony Hawk's Secret Estate or something, I don't know. Make a map like Estate from like MW2. There's so many cool maps to be made. Dude, fictional maps. Oh my god, there's so many cool things that could happen. Like, oh man. Now thinking of like Call of Duty, you got so many cool ideas of these maps that could be transformed into skate parks. Not of course like just using those maps and transforming them into skate parks, but the ideas of them. There's so many cool ideas. Oh man. But hey, this is just my opinion, what I think should happen, what a lot of other people have also talked about when it comes to this kind of idea inside my stream or in 10K Rising's Discord server. You know, I talked to a lot of people about this, but in my mind, this really should happen. Also, I want to give a special thanks to Drake, one of my friends that made this logo. The Pro Skater 6 logo that you see for the thumbnail, I don't know if I'm using it inside the actual video itself yet. I'm not at that state yet, of course. I'm recording. Oh, geez. No, I thank him because he made that logo within like, I don't know, a couple hours after I asked him to do that. Thanks for that. That logo looks amazing. There probably won't be a Pro Skater 6, and if it does, it's probably gonna be a money grab. That isn't anything like what we see in 3 and 4, or even 1 and 2, you know? But a man can dream, okay? A man can dream. That's all I have to say about this. New maps, new tricks, new skaters. Dude, you got a good selection of skaters in Pro Skater 3 and 4. Transition this into like a Pro Skater 6. Anyways, that's about it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, use my Epic Creator Code, and that's about it. I'll see you in the next video. Stay goated.